We'll start with Chapter 11, Port Akro. So as they are approaching the port, just to kind of give a quick recap, they run into a couple skull scorpion Arcanists that they are fighting with. So Volke kicks off this battle by making a shadow dragon, which is a new power, but I very much approve of it. Pretty much everyone else in the battle just throws flames. You've got Addy and Zaxxas both just wildfire everywhere. They end up killing both of the skull scorpion Arcanists, but the scorpions themselves are able to run away. They do catch the non-Arcanist, who is the one that was trying to trick them into going with them and end up stealing or robbing them somehow. And they're going to take him to jail.
Okay, Volk, calm down. We're all going to herald you into song and story about how you went from Island Bumpkin into total badass, okay? This is what you're not necessarily wanting, but I'm pretty certain that this is going to happen before you did this.
Yes, and you can tell he's feeling his new powers a little bit. He's loving it. As they're approaching the town, we get this nice little interaction with Volke and Evianna, where Evianna does end with saying that everything is fine. I don't know if Volke speaks woman, but that does mean that everything is not fine.
It means the exact opposite is true.
Yes. And she does also make comments pretty much wishing that Volke would teach her how to kill everyone. So again, she's very violent.
And it's funny that she asked Volke this, because Volke is the absolute epitome of, I don't want to kill people, but kill people.
Yeah, my biggest weakness is hesitating.
Exactly. So I feel like this is not the right person she should be asking this to. Zaxxas, maybe.
There's a lot better options out there on this boat. Fane, I could see. There's people she could go to. Yeah, she could go with Zaxxas. She could go with Fane. Karna wouldn't hesitate either. Zelfrey doesn't hesitate. But the one person she goes to is probably the one person who is a little hesitant about it.
I feel like he's just running around like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Apologizing to these dead corpses.
With the bestiary being so close to being released and everything like that, we did promise Shamie that we would not disclose anything else until we are told that we can. So, I believe after this episode, we will be able to start continuing on the bestiary. I'm going to wait for her official ominous dominus to let us begin that. So we're just waiting for Shamie to give us the clear, just because previously we did have some recorded for the updated bestiary. Delay in releasing the bestiary, we had to cut it out. So to avoid anything else from happening and having to cut things out, we're just going to wait for her official, everything's been shipped, and most of her Kickstarter people have gotten it, so that way they can have a chance to read it first.
Every time you mention Shamie, I just want to be like, I'm going to pick that name up real quick.
I swear I'm not like...
No, I know you're not doing it. It just feels like friend of the pod. I'm going to pick that name up.
I promise it's more of it's more me like straight fanboying than it is anything else.
I know.
than trying to be like, oh, look at me.
It's just so funny.
Did I mention that? Oh, no. But all right, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Eric, Scott, and I want to thank everyone for listening today. We post a new episode every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific Standard Time. We are on all podcasting platforms and are also on YouTube as well for video. After the additional episode airs, we post chapter-by-chapter videos every day in a smaller, easier-to-digest format. We do want to give a special shout-out to the final member of our team, Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles Wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you could email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube.
before you go to chapter 14, so in the notes, there's a typo. It's supposed to be a glutton for pain, but he's a gluten for pain, which I think is just amazing because he's a little piece of bread.
I'm totally going to say it like that.
And I'm like, oh, Zax is his little slice of bread.
He's got a snack pouch, okay?
He does. He does carry around a snack pouch.
All right.